to accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportions. What it means is Old Testament in there, real wrath of God type stuff. Fire, brimstone, skies, rivers, seas, water, earthquakes, volcanoes, right? Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's terrible. Setting the standard and raising the bar. The only way a real award-winning media puppet knows how to do. Filling in for Sir Philosopher, you're listening to WDCE 90.1 FM, broadcasting live from the beautiful campus here at the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam NewsMan, and this is MixTapes. And yes, Sir Philosopher is not here. And then you might be saying, well, where is Sir Philosopher? Well, Sir Philosopher decided to jump on a plane and fly away. Well, that doesn't mean that he's not going to be here next week. He will. And, I don't know. What is that? Well, he might be starting at noon, or he might be starting at 1. Well, because I guess the producer and them, they're talking about this whole UR lunch break show. It's the UR lunch break. The UR lunch break that breaks up both shows, and it allows the students to call in and participate in the show. Now, if you are a student and you are listening, you can hear my beautiful puppet voice. Just to let you know, you can also see my beautiful puppet face. Where's that? That's at Sam NewsMan. At Sam NewsMan, all over social media is where you will find me. Filling in for Sir Philosopher. Citizen Journal's been doing a great job. But he tapped me on the shoulder while I was taking a nap and said, hey, Sam, would you be willing to get on the screen here for a few moments and give a couple of shout outs to a few people and to Sir Philosopher? Well, I'm just going to tell you right now that Sir Philosopher, the show was going from noon to 2. But then all of a sudden, I believe that it's now been shifted to 1 to 3. And the reason why that is because Sir Philosopher is so amazing. My producer is so amazing. Well, of course, I am so amazing. But I'm not going to be a part of this. Well, at least unless they ask me. But it's going to be the UR lunch break. The UR Saturday lunch break. I think that's a good. Then we can open up the phone lines for UR students, have them call in, tell them, a little bit, talk to us about what's been going on. But it's the 1 hour UR lunch break, the Saturday UR lunch break. I think that's what it should be called. I think that's a good. Well, we could call it Sideshow Infotainment up until the election. No, but I say I kid, but I don't kid. We should. Maybe we should just do the whole Sideshow Infotainment thing up until and through the election. Now, listen, I'm telling you what, right now, I don't think that they're going to count the votes until probably middle of December and January. Can you imagine having to go through Thanksgiving and also Christmas and nobody knows who the hell the president is? Golly, that would be absolutely ridiculous. And then there's going to be some Joe Schmo that wants to sit there and talk about it over Thanksgiving dinner and over when we're opening up Christmas presents, and nobody wants to hear about it. Listen, all I need to focus on over the next couple of days are a few things. Number one, it is Halloween. And because it is Halloween, the only candy that matters during Halloween is candy corn. Now, I know that everybody out there, there's a lot of people out there that says that, oh, well, candy corn is disgusting. It's ridiculous. Blah, blah, candy corn, blah, 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 blah. You know what? If you hate on candy corn, all I'm just going to say right now is that you might as well just hate on Halloween. Take all of the accoutrements, I guess, if you will, all the decorations, all the blow-up skeletons and all that other nonsense, just throw it in a fire and burn it. Because if you're sitting there telling me that I love Halloween. Halloween is so great, but I can't stand candy corn. You know what? Go kick rocks. Go fill out a butthurt report. I don't want to hear about that. Because candy corn literally is the only candy that matters on Halloween.
So when you start hearing everybody sit there and hate and sit there and all this candy corn haterade that's going around, can we have that be a flavor? Why isn't that not a flavor? The candy corn haterade flavor. And you know what? Because you know what I would do is I would pour that candy corn haterade into a shot glass. And every time I hear somebody sitting there bitching and moaning about, oh, well, blah, 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 I can't stand candy corn. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that shot glass filled with candy corn and I'm going to take a shot. And I'm just going to it's like haterade tears. It's like haterade tears in the flavor of candy corn. That's what I'm going to do. And everybody else can sit there and be upset about it. But I'm telling you right now, candy corn is incredible. And anybody else that wants to say otherwise can go kick rocks. Shout out to a couple of people. Sir Real M3 with the eggplant, Ash Bailey. I have Hypercube and a couple of other people here that are joining in. Moderntaria, Jeep, and 1992. Well, I'm just trying the best as I can. At Sam Newsman, all over social media is where you're going to find me. At Sam Newsman, all over social media is where you will find me, setting the standard and raising the bar. Every Saturday morning we're here from 9 a.m. to noon. But Sir Philosopher said, hey, Germ, why don't you do some stuff? And then all of a sudden, Germ tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, Sam, you want to get in there? So I had my hat on backwards. I was taking a nap. This is my ramen toy, my ramen toy hat that I got from Cato's Collection. You following Cato at Cato's Collection on YouTube? The only toy reviewer that I really pay attention to. But ramen toy, God bless ramen toy. Hashtag Ace gets it. He really does. And the bread van, he has a $99 bread van. It's a white rickety van that you can sit there and, decorate with a bunch of crayons to say, hey, kid, come get some candy. But it's only $99. But it's only $99. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in terms of toy collecting, the toy world. If you're not familiar with toys, Saturday morning was a magical time when you grabbed your toys, you grabbed a bowl of cereal, you would watch cartoon themes. Why are you not listening to our show? We're actually going to go to the Richmond Times-Dispatch banquet here on Thursday. And for the second year in a row, we have gotten to the top 3 for the best morning radio show in Richmond, Virginia. Listen, of course I have to toot my own horn here during someone else's radio show. Why would I not? Because I'm setting the standard and raising the bar. I know that, Germ, you've known Sir Philosopher for a long time, but I knew that Sir Philosopher was the key. In fact, I think I told you, I said, hey, why don't you get him in here and do this? Of course, it was all my idea. Good grief. Here I am. Well, yes, I'm a radio savant, and it's been great. So if you're watching me, if you're here on the radio, shout out to Sergeant Schultz. Attention, Sergeant Schultz. And shout out to you as well. A bunch of other people here. They're chatting here in we're here on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Facebook, YouTube, and X. And the Sam Cam is live on at Sam Newsman on Instagram. Got my hat on backwards because we're chilling now. We're chilling. It's after the show. This is like the after show party. Even though it's the after show party, of course, I'm very serious, still wearing a suit, still wearing a tie. But got my hat on backwards, which means that I'm just chillaxing all cool and shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Been playing a lot of, Broadway theme songs? I love Broadway. I do. Yeah. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in life? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. I'm telling you what, that was Rent. You familiar with Rent? Well, that's one of them. So here's another one. I see his face. I hear his heartbeat. I look in those eyes. How wise they seem. Oh, when he is old enough, I will show him America, and he will ride on the wheels of a dream. Listen, I know. If I started cutting CDs and making records, I mean, can you believe that? And out of nowhere, they'd be like, "Oh, well, listen, the puppets were, performing on Broadway," and then, the next thing you know, there's not a human around, and then there's nothing but a bunch of puppets. And a couple of years from after that, there's nothing but AI because AI is about to take over. And uh, 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 okay, what is it? It is 1:51. 1:51 here on the 7th day of September here in the year 2024. Going a little bit long today because mixtapes allowed us to keep rocking and rolling throughout this session, if you will. Now, I do have a couple more songs that I want to play. And but I do want to thank everyone, of course, for joining into the show. And before I leave you and play a few more songs, but before I leave you, I want you all to know you can find me all over social media at Sam Newsman. That's at Sam Newsman all over social media. We have a banquet that we're going to on Thursday. That is the Best of Richmond banquet. Because for the second year in a row, we have made the top 3 for the best morning radio show, according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's because of all of the listeners out there who voted for us. And it's not just locally here, it's all over the world. So I want to thank all of you, and I'll have some more information pretty soon. I'll take some video. I might take a couple of pictures at the banquet on Thursday, and we'll show those off coming next week. But once again, thank you so much. If it wasn't for all of you and all of you voting, because here are the facts. You guys all grew up with Saturday morning cartoons. You grew up with action figures and toys. And far be it from me to sit there and say that all that is dead, because you know what? It's not. It's not dead. The magic and nostalgia and the creativity and all that jazz is still alive and well. How do you hear that? Every single Saturday morning from 9 until noon. Well, I say 9 until noon. It's more like 9:11. We have to start at 9:11 because we all know that it's an inside job, right? But yeah, so 9 to noon every single Saturday morning is where you will be able to listen to the show. At Sam Newsman is where you'll be able to see the radio segments. Make sure you download the Live 365 app and search WDCE, and you'll be able to listen to the show in its entirety in real time. Eventually, we'll have podcasts and stuff like that, but it's pretty neat. We're setting the standard. We're raising the bar. And some big things are coming for 2025. That's all I can say right now. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Papa Bear. Shout out to Uncle Jeff and old Uncle John as well. Shout out to all of them. Oh, yeah, and Brother Dan. Brother Dan. God bless Brother Dan, too. Couple other people shout out to Mary Murr, shout out to G-Man, shout out to Penne and Princess Puffers, who are still possibly around, maybe listening to the show, maybe not, who knows. We got to give a few shout outs. Now I'm going to head out here. I'm going to head out of here. Going to play a few more songs before I go, a couple more Broadway jams. Want you to sing along with them. Want you to belt them out as best as you can. And like I said, we'll see all of you guys next week. What you're doing right now is you're listening to Mixtapes with Citizen Germ over there And me, Sam Newsman, filling in for Sir Philosopher. That's right, Mixtapes with Sir Philosopher every single Saturday, I think from 1 to 3 is when it's supposed to start. But you know what? He might start at noon next week. I don't know. We'll eventually start the UR lunch break, is I think what you're talking about. The UR lunch break. The UR lunch break, I guess, is coming soon. So the UR lunch break to break up both shows. But there's more. There's more to come on that front. But I do want to thank Sir Philosopher for allowing me to pop in from time to time. Shout out to Citizen Germ. Shout out to everybody here on the University of Richmond campus. Shout out to the UR Spiders who are going against a bunch of terriers. A spider, all the spider needs to do is just jump on the back of a terrier and bite its neck. Right? Yeah. Soak that venom right into its bloodstream. And guess what? That's right. It'd be like 3 or 4 touchdowns to nothing. Why? Well, it's because a spider should be able to beat a terrier. Yeah. I mean, that's just the fact. Yeah, I think of terrier. I think of whiny, yipping, yapping dog. Terrier. Absolutely ridiculous. A spider. A spider can take a terrier as long as it just gets on the back of its neck. Inject the venom. Well, anyway, so shout out to the Spiders and good luck this afternoon, 3:30 against the Wolford Terriers, whatever that means. But shout out to the Spiders, go Spiders, go, and all of that jazz. Crypto Alchemist, Care Bear, a couple other people have joined into the chat. We are broadcasting live here on this radio microphone, which is a real broadcast radio microphone, which means that this show and its signal are broadcasting through the airwaves on WDCE 90.1 FM. But you can also listen to us around the world going to WDCE.org and also download the Live 365 app. Search WDCE and you'll be able to listen to the show in its entirety when we're live. Yeah, and because you're not here locally in Richmond, you just can't get into your car and turn on the radio and then listen to my beautiful puppet voice. And then you might be thinking, well, can I see your beautiful puppet face? You can. At Sam Newsman is where you can do that. But if you just want to keep listening to my beautiful puppet voice, there are ways you can do that. WDCE.org and downloading the Live 365 app and searching WDCE. Broadcasting live here from the beautiful campus, the sunny, beautiful campus, the beautiful sunny campus. Can we do that again? Broadcasting live from the beautiful sunny campus here at the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM. From the most trusted puppet and media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Mixtapes.
This is the moment. This is the day.